One of the worst things we can do as men is to be with women who don't want us. I've been in that position too. I have simped. I have done stuff. I've been in the friend zone. I've done all that kind of stuff. And I will tell you, gentlemen, don't do it. Never do that. It's never a good idea. I said it 2 weeks old. Stop trying to win women over. And see, that's the beautiful thing about becoming a high value man. You don't have to win women over. You deal with the women who show interest in you and want to get on your program and are proving their worth to you.
Welcome, my friends, to the RP Experience. Peace and love to my brothers and sisters out there. Thank you for hitting the like button, subscribing, sharing, and turn on all notifications so you know when I have a whole new video up. Today's video is about who hurt me. Now, I've never had a woman throw this phrase at me, but I've seen women use it on men online, and usually it is who hurt you type of thing of how the man is acting right now. And I will admit that yes, there was a girl who hurt me. Actually, it was a few, but I can always look objectively back and be like, well, I did her wrong in that way. She did me wrong in this way. It kind of evened out. And even if it was unbalanced, I can always look at myself. Now, there are some rare occasions where I just put my heart out there and got heart crushed. And a lot of people would think that the woman that broke me was my ex-wife. No, it was the woman after her that had broke me. And I guess it was a thing of I was still recovering from that. And then I met this other person. And truthfully, as they always say, and I don't always listen, do not jump into something else when you are healing from something else. So I did. In the beginning was great. I'm not going to go in detail of our relationship, but I will say I was surprised of how things turned out with her, because with that woman, and she was a little bit younger than me, but with that woman, we did not have that arguing dynamic that I had with the ex-wife, And of course, though it was early, but whenever me and her did have altercations, I guess because we was kind of similar. She was a Libra, by the way. Me and her was kind of similar. Uh, we both didn't like conflict like that or something. So she might throw a hissy fit, silent treatment or something, and I may would do the same thing with her just in case I was mad. But we could always come to the table and talk about it later. But then eventually, a year or so later, things totally changed. Everything that she was okay with before, uh, because I was still going through stuff with the ex-wife, she no longer was okay with. So, and a lot of that stuff that she say, and I could look in her eyes and go by the feel that she was down for me. And that's why I would probably say with most women, they are down for you until they are not. And anything could change that. It could be another guy, it could be certain friends in her ear. It could have been like she got exposed to something. Now she's a new wave feminist or something. Anything could tilt that over and that woman could turn on you. So, you know, and that's what as men you have to watch out for. And this is why I can't really tell men to just dive in and just marry a woman. Now I do think the 3 to 5 years you should know if you're going to be with that woman or not long term, and don't have kids with her. Maybe after you get married you can decide to do it, and remember that's going to be a change too for both of you. I'm going to go in depth on another video eventually with that. But anyway, I have a clip to share right here, and then I will be right back.
You might want to listen to this. There's a phrase going around for men who decide to express their gripes about women. They say, "Who hurt you?" And there's actually something to this. Man, we experience trauma many times throughout our lives. Studies show that women deem 80% of men as unattractive. Men are constantly rejected. Rejected because they're not 6 feet tall. Rejected because they're not jacked or don't have a square jawline. Rejected because they aren't rich and famous. Many times when men actually do get into a relationship with the woman and do everything that a woman says that she likes, they cheat or leave you for a man who does none of that. Even the 20% of men who women do find attractive, they were rejected at some point. They are protecting themselves from further rejection. After trauma, people go into survival mode. The next time you ask a man who hurt you, the answer probably is, women did. Stay hungry, my friends. Never thirsty.
And some of this will go over some people's heads. It's not the thing of just for you, the woman, rejecting a guy because he comes up and asks you out or something, and he is not your type, and you politely reject him. Now of course though, if you was to make it a spectacle and try to embarrass that man in front of all your friends and they are laughing, then that can be a trauma thing. This is why I stopped approaching certain culture of women or women in general that is in groups. I don't usually approach a woman in a group. You have to definitely have a don't give a fuck attitude. Now, if I know the woman, I may do it. But otherwise, I'm not doing that. Because if she embarrasses me and they all start laughing or something like that, yeah, it could take me a while to get over that. I'm going to be like fuming over that. And we as men know that our height plays into it. What we do, our profession plays into it with most women. Even though I will see sometimes a woman that's with a guy that she's a little bit taller than, or they're around like the same height. So I don't want all guys thinking that all women are on that 6 foot thing. However, I do think all women are on that 6 foot thing if they're on dating apps. And the only time I understand that is if the woman is sufficiently taller than the guy and she's like 5'11" or 6 foot, and obviously he's like 5'8" or something. Okay, I understand you want somebody a little bit around your height. However though, guy kind of did you wrong, because since not a lot of men are over 6 foot, that don't mean they're going to have the best personality. And even that, are they single? I'm pretty sure a lot of those guys will get like grabbed up. So I do think the taller the woman is, the less of a chance of her getting that guy that's going to be significantly taller than her. Just saying. And some things that women weed out men with, like their income and height and things like that. Okay, I understand you have your preference. Now the thing is though, me as a man, I should have a preference too. Now, because I've been hearing so often how a woman has these expectations of this and that. Now, I don't feel bad about having my expectations about her not being over a certain weight, of her having at least shoulder length hair. Her hair should not be as short as mine, but that's my preference. Now, however, though, what if I meet a woman that's the perfect woman for me, but she has a real short hairstyle? I know God is funny like that. God will sometimes give you almost everything that you want, but will take one thing out that you really want. Now, my thing is, I don't believe in forcing women to accept me if they're not attracted to me, just because I believe it increases her chances of cheating on me or monkey branching. If she thinks, what's with my throat right now? She thinks that she's settling for me, and then when her dream guy happens to come along, she's going to definitely ditch me or embarrass me by pursuing that guy. Now, that's something a lot of guys don't do, but a lot of women do that type of stuff, kind of like that Kiki, um, can't think of her last name, did to her guy right there. It can be viewed as innocent, but if she has did that right there, I'm assuming she did other stuff leading up to that. That's something too. When sometimes when people flip out or say something, it's not the first time somebody did something. It could also be flipped around. If a guy's in a situation with a woman and his woman flips out, I'm pretty sure it's not the first time that maybe he did whatever he did or something, and not excusing her behavior, but it's always multiple offenses before it gets to the point that's boiling over. Okay, so I covered that. So yeah, I could easily have went dark side after that last heartbreak and then still dealing with my divorce. The only thing that saved me, which however though, a lot of people won't get that, and I guess I was lucky because I worked in a field where I was taking pictures of performers, and a lot of them was women, and those, well, not all of them, but the vast majority of them showed me so much love and positive vibes as I took their picture. We talked after. It was like a short thing. We wasn't like best friends. They could easily have been witches. Okay? Because of that, um, because of the way that they treated me, I didn't do content at that time, but it helped me not to become dark side. Okay? To be like, oh, you bitches, y'all all suck or something. I could easily went that way, but I didn't because of that. And fortunately, I have a good memory, whether it's good or bad, of all the things that women did. Now, the thing is, though, I will say, every time I'm in a relationship with a woman, eventually they seem to burn me in some kind of way, whether it's like flirting, whether it's like uh telling our business, whether it's like expected me to do everything. And I'm pretty sure women will say the same thing, like, oh, my guy expects me to do everything. Well, a lot of times it's flipped around, that the guy feels the same kind of way. He has to work, then come home, help with the kid, help with cleaning up. Yes, you are under a lot of pressure, but what kind of pressure is the man under? Most women, once they in a relationship with the guy, once they know that they have him, it seems like a lot of you will be like, fuck his feelings. So, while I decided not to become dark side, I did decide that I'm going to start talking about the shit that women are doing, because I always would see women complain about their dude, like memes or posting stuff of like guys being thirsty. And yes, that's true. But I never hear guys say anything about what women are doing. So is this narrative that women are all angels, and that's not true. So anyway, I'm going to end it right now because I could keep talking and talking and talking about this. But to women out there, whether it's like creators, players, and yes, I know this goes vice versa with women that decided to do men wrong or something like that. But somewhere in the past, somebody of the opposite gender hurt them really bad. It could have been their father, it could have been their husband, it could have been the boyfriend, the person that they thought was the love of their life or something. But the thing is, because men usually keep that stuff bottled up, and now we're talking about it now, you get to see, well, women get to see that they are not so perfect. Y'all are just as fucked up, just in another way. Anyway, that's it. Have a good day. Oh, and before you leave, hit the like button and give me a subscribe. I'm so close to 400 subscribers right now. Thank you.
It's disrespect that starts the school shooter bullshit. It's disrespect that makes men go to jail for life sentences. When you truly disrespect a man in a public and permanent way, that's when they switch. That's why I'm so respectful in public. You don't know who the fuck you're talking to. He might be on his last fucking straw. And you're just disrespecting, hey, you're a fucking bitch anyway, you're skinny motherfucker, fuck you. You don't know. That might be the last time he heard it. I've had enough. You don't know. Disrespect is dangerous. And in a household where you're constantly disrespecting a man, he's going to end up depressed and sad for even accepting. Men just want to feel respected. It's not that hard to do.
Dirty word. Your ego has driven you out of truth. You only played yourself, got no game.